Okay, so we have just left mine and we are now en route to Wales. So I'm editing this video and I literally have no idea what the hell I was thinking. I don't even tell you where I'm going. So as a combination New Year's Eve celebration, 30th birthday celebration for my friend, and celebration of me finishing my deadline, one of my good friends and I went to Hay-on-Wye. This is a very small town in Wales. It's a population of about 2,000, but they have over 20 bookshops. It is considered the world's first book town, and so for a book lover, it is kind of the ultimate cozy destination. We didn't want a big blowout for New Year's Eve, so we figured it would be perfect to go browse some bookshops, ring in the new year by the fire with a cup of tea, maybe have a nice spa day. Another reason I wanted to take this trip is because during 2023, I was on a book buying ban, so I did not buy myself any new books for enjoyment in 2023. I'm doing a whole other video about how that went, so make sure you hit subscribe if you're not already so you don't miss that. But this was kind of like a culmination of that for me. I knew there were going to be lots of bookshops, and I'd saved some National Book Token vouchers, which if you don't know what those are, they're essentially vouchers that you can spend at lots of different bookshops. I'd saved some of the ones I got for my birthday over the summer to be able to spend in Hay. So that's what this holiday is. I didn't want to like film a whole intro and bore you, but I thought I'd just jump in and apologize for literally giving zero context as to what was happening. Back to Past Sam's. It's a very scenic route. We've chosen to take the scenic route instead of the motorway route. So it's going to take actually less time, hopefully, fingers crossed, unless we get stuck behind a tractor or something. But it's going to be some nice views out the window. So I'll add a little bit of that in here and I'll see you in Hay. Okay, so we are here, pajamas on, pizza in the oven, ready for a cozy night. I need to open up my computer and get started on some edits. It's the loveliest place. I don't know if you can see, but just like the vibes are absolutely immaculate. It's this cute little cottage, really, really good location. We are absolutely shattered, obviously, because we were looking through the kitchen trying to get ready to have dinner, and we noticed there were no forks or knives in the cutlery drawer, and we were like, that's really weird. Like, I'm used to Airbnb kitchens being sparsely equipped, but no forks and knives is a little bit much. And I went as far as to email her saying, where are the forks and knives? Like, you would think there would be some. She says, they're on the table, which is set for you. We had to walk in through this door and we were like, oh, look, the table's all set. So we're obviously off to a great start. Hopefully my edits go a little bit better than that, but I am ready for some pizza, ready for like a cold drink, just settling in, got my pajamas on. It's gonna be a very cozy night. It is evening. It is like 9:38 p.m. and I have been spending the last few hours working on my edits. I had quite a lot of edits that I still needed to do, a couple of additions that I needed to make, and I have now done all of those. The only thing I need to do left in order for this book to be done is write the epilogue. I'm not going to get too into that in this vlog because one, it's not the purpose of this trip. I was really hoping to be done before this trip, and two, I am filming separate video about finishing the book and what that process is like. So make sure you subscribe if you don't want to miss that. But for now, we're just having a quiet evening. I've got a nice herbal tea that my friend has made me and just gonna have a quiet early night so that tomorrow we can go around to all the bookshops. Good morning. I'm being quiet because I don't know if my friend is awake yet. I am awake. I mean, it's not even that early. It's like almost 8 o'clock, but it feels very dark here. We're planning on leaving here around like 10:30, and it's currently almost 8.
In the morning, when you walk away, my heart drops to the floor. They said it would get easier, but I don't know who for. Days move faster now, I swear. I can feel them slip away. But some things last forever, the love that never fades. It's easy to make promises for the young and free, but you kept every word you said, and you stayed true to me. We lean into the great beyond. There's more love yet to make, 'cause some things last forever, but love that never fades. He left her slowly as his mind lost more every day. Quietly she walked beside and tended in her way. Now the bed he built for two is cold, but her memories have stayed. Because some things last forever, the love that never fades. Dishes and tears, I'm standing here. I know it sounds cliche. A blanket of this history covers me today. In between the bliss and underneath the edge.
Time for show and tell. Ignore this bag, there's no books in here. Got one other non-book item, but these are full of books. Now, let me preface by saying not all of the bookshops actually took the National Book Tokens vouchers. So I made the executive decision so that I didn't miss out, because like the whole purpose of coming here was to be able to buy books from lots of places and to be able to spend the money that I'd saved. I let myself have £75 to spend, ideally through the National Book Token vouchers, but for the ones that didn't, I could spend it just of my own money instead. I have the money to spend. If I spent it out of my own money, that took away some of the National Book Token vouchers that I could spend. So I ended up spending about £35 of National Book Token vouchers and just shy of £40 not. Now I got way more books for the £40 than for the National Book Token vouchers, because those were only taken at the shops that were selling like new books. All of the other ones that I got were from shops selling overstock or used books. So I'm gonna show you everything that I got. Okay, first of all, shout out to this tote bag, which is for Westbourne Bookshop. I think it's absolutely beautiful. And this is a bookshop local-ish to me. And I started thinking I would be able to fit everything in this. That did not happen. I ended up with two very overloaded bags. So the very first place that we went, I got this Walker's Guide to Outdoor Clues and Signs by Tristan Gooley. And I actually have read snippets of this in my research for the book that I've been working on, that I'm finishing on this trip. And I found it so useful that I thought it would be really nice to have a copy, especially as it was like less than £4. The second shop we went to was the Poetry Bookshop, and I got two things here. I got Validate Me by Charlie Cox. I loved She Must Be Mad. I have that collection at home. And I took a quick flick through and thought that the poems looked really good in this one too, so I got that. And then I got Life Without Air by Daisy Daisy Lafarge. I had not heard of this, but again, I flipped through it and thought that the poems looked really good. I'm not a huge poetry reader, but it's one of the things I'd like to do more of in 2024. I do have a few poetry collections that I haven't read, so I thought I'd pick this one up, and also I really like the cover. Next one we went to, I didn't actually buy anything, but I did get these lovely postcards. I've got two friends that I know I'm sending them to. I thought I'd keep one as a print for myself and then the other one just to have. Next, we went into another used bookshop and I got Ruth Ozeki, The Book of Form and Emptiness. I'd been eyeing this up in another bookshop, one of the ones that sold new books, and I was excited to see a used copy of it. So I paid a whopping £3 for that. And then The Animals in That Country, my friend that I was with was like, read the back of this, it sounds outlandish. And I did, and she was right, and it cost £2. Then we went to another used bookshop and I got 2 copies of The Hobbit. I love collecting copies of The Hobbit when I see them. I don't do it actively. I don't like hunt for specific editions, but I do enjoy collecting copies of The Hobbit that I don't have the covers for yet. And I don't have either of these covers. And these were £4 each. One was £4, one of them was £3. Then we went to the Honesty bookshop outside the castle where everything was £1. And I got this because it was £1 and it sounds outrageous. And it's essentially about a serial killer targeting authors. And it seems to be like really satirical. And I thought it looked like a lot of fun and I paid £1 for it. I just loved this blurb from the Evening Standard that says, "A wonderfully black piece of gratuitous sex and violence, funny in a grim way, well plotted, spooky, and in splendidly bad taste." I mean, that sounds fantastic. So then we went into the Cinema bookshop, which has both used books and overstock books. And I didn't find anything I wanted in the used book section, but I did find some good overstock books, which were under £5 each. I found The Parable of the Sower by Octavia Butler. This was £2.50. Sula by Toni Morrison, £1.50. And then 2 volumes of Ursula K. Le Guin's stories. This pile is now getting ridiculous. So then we went into a bookshop that seemed to be, again, a mix of used and overstock books. And I ended up getting 5 books there. The most expensive one was this gorgeous copy of Wuthering Heights. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but it's like foiled and it's like a very hard cover and gold pages, which kind of reminds me of a Bible, but Wuthering Heights is my favorite classic novel. And sort of like The Hobbit, I do enjoy picking up copies that I've not had before. And this one was a little bit more expensive, but it was too beautiful to pass up. And then we've got Record of a Spaceborne Few and The Galaxy and the Ground Within, both by Becky Chambers. And these are, I think, the 3rd and 4th books in the Wayfarer series. It might be the 3rd and 5th ones, but I now have read the first 2 and very much intend to continue with the series. And these were less than £3 each. Then we have Everything I Never Told You by Celeste Ng. I really enjoyed Little Fires Everywhere. I know it wasn't everyone's favorite, but I enjoyed it. And I figured at less than £2, why would I not pick this up? And similarly affordable, we have The Distance Between Us by Maggie O'Farrell, which was also less than £2. Now we're getting into the 4 books that I bought for £35 total with my National Book Token vouchers. First one, we went to North Books, which took these. I got A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab and All of Us Villains by Amanda Foody and Christine Lynn Herman. I've heard great things about both of these, not read either of them, but that was kind of the point of what I wanted to spend those National Book Token vouchers on, was things that I was pretty sure I was going to enjoy, but like letting myself take chances with it. The ones that I spent over the summer when I got them for my birthday, I only spent those on ones that I'd already read and I knew I wanted to reread, whereas now I'm trying to let myself be a little bit more experimental with it, I guess, like get things that I haven't read, I don't know that I'm gonna love, because I've been so good all year, haven't broken my ban, and it was all leading up to this. Similarly, at Richard Booth, I bought The Assassin's Apprentice by Robin Hobb. Now, this is the start of a very long series, and the rest of the books are very big and scary, but this one is not, and I've heard it's really good, and I was like, you know what? Let's just read the first book, and if I don't enjoy it, fine, I don't have to read the rest of them, but it's worth a try. And then I also got Q by Christina Dalcher, who wrote Vox. Now, I enjoyed Vox. It was a little bit hit you over the head with the metaphors, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was good fun, and so I thought I'd pick this one up as well. It was only £8, and that felt like a pretty decent price for like a new novel, so I grabbed that. And that is my Hay-on-Wye haul. We unfortunately didn't get to go into Hay-on-Wye, which I am devastated about because they had special hours for between Christmas and New Year's and it wasn't posted online. And now it's not open until well after we're gone. So we're unfortunately not going to get to go there. Just a reason to come back. There were a couple of others that we didn't go into as well, but that's fine. We went to all the places we wanted to go. And I have 2 giant stacks of books to show for it. So yeah, tomorrow we are going to the spa and we're gonna have a little spa day and I'm gonna get a little facial. And then we're gonna just cook a nice dinner for New Year's Eve. Tonight, I think we're gonna go maybe out to the pub or something like that. But first, I need to finish writing the epilogue of my book because that is the last thing that I need to do. And my book, You've Got Chainmail, is done and I can send it to my publisher, which is great because my deadline is in 2 days on the 1st of January. So I'm gonna put all these away and we'll do some writing together. Happy New Year! We have rung in the new year with some tea and a puzzle. We didn't quite finish the puzzle by midnight like we wanted to. Finished it at about like 5 or 6 minutes past midnight. Oh well, bringing that lenient energy into 2024. We have to be up relatively at a reasonable time tomorrow morning in order to get out by checkout. So yeah, probably time to start clearing up.